Continuing on, it is a rainy day in Massachusetts. It is October, which means it's National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I am a survivor of domestic violence with narcissistic abuse. And I have my purple on, I have my coffee, and I'm just doing a couple story times to hopefully bring awareness to people that haven't been through it, so you can get a better understanding of just the absolute insidious nature of this type of abuse. And for someone that has been going through it, has been through it, is in the thick of it, so you know you're not alone. I have a story time right now that I believe will show just the full picture of what a day-to-day life is like in this situation. So let's get into it. Now, before I start, my name is Gypsy. I am in a 24-year now situation with a narcissist. My kids are now all adults. My son just turned 18 almost a year ago, so it's a little bit different. I'm on the other end of it, thank goodness. And of course, this is just my story. Other parties will have a whole different series of events, but this is my experience. And so take it for what you will, but I believe that this, while not the worst situation, this will just paint a picture of, paint a really good picture of narcissism. So my kids were with their dad for the weekend, and he moved after some time. He got married and moved into a house about 45 minutes away. So because it was far away, because we used to live in the same town, which was so convenient, we started meeting at the store. That was kind of a midway point. Now, he decided to move, but at the end of the day, I have learned, and I had learned, that it wasn't about me. It was whatever was going to be easier on my kids. And this is where picking battles comes in, not being reactive, staying silent. This is kind of around the time where I learned those things, which brought me more peace, which was so needed. So we had a time on that Sunday that we were to meet. And this was actually his plan, because he was having some kind of pool party. And this is when he said, let's meet at the store at this time. So I get there, and I'm sitting there for quite some time, and he's not showing up. So eventually I call to see what's going on. I can hear the pool, I can hear yelling in a party, and to find out that they forgot, and they didn't, I'm sitting there to pick them up, and they're still in the pool. Fine, stuff happens. So I'm like, well, it's already dinner time. So I say, I'm gonna head back home. What am I gonna do? I've already been waiting. It was probably for a good 45 minutes, and in order for them to meet me, they would have to get out of the pool. It's gonna be a while. So I start heading home, and I'm almost home, and I get a call, and he says, you gotta meet at this particular time. And I'm like, listen, I was already there. Stuff happens, not a big deal, but I'm hungry. I want to go home. I want to start dinner. Because this was a mistake on your end, could you just bring them home? Just this one time. And I'm like, I really need to get dinner going. It was a school night. I knew I needed to get my night moving. And no, because this is the thing with narcissists. They have an idea. They want the control. They want you, whatever they want, you need to abide by that, or there's going to be consequences. And typically I would just say whatever, because it's just certain things you don't fight, it's not fair, but it's just, that's what brings you the peace. But this one particular night, I just wanted to be home. I'm hungry. So he starts yelling, and he's telling me, no, you're going to turn around and go back there, or I'm going to have one of his older kids bring the kids to his ex-wife's house, his first wife's house. And they're going to have to stay there. until you get them or whatever. So in my mind, I'm like, my poor kids, like, why do they want to go to her house? Like, what? And so I decide I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go back. And now I've been in the car for like hours, or what it feels like. But I go back, and this is where it was a huge lesson for me. I picked my battles because this situation wasn't fair. He most certainly should have driven them all the way home. And he didn't want to go out. He didn't want to do the driving. He wanted, I guess his oldest daughter was, or one of his older girls was heading home. So he wanted my kids to, you know, get a ride. And I was part of that plan of his. My feelings didn't matter. Their feelings didn't matter. It was what he wanted. So I did go back and I did meet them. And it was, like I said, it wasn't fair. But I learned to always ask myself, what is going to be best for my kids? Because it's not about me and it's not about him. And in that circumstance, what was best for my kids was for me to go back to the store. Because otherwise they were going to be in this crazy situation that they didn't need to be in. And yeah, my whole Sunday night was, you know, a mess. But my kids were okay. My kids were safe. But that's what I'm talking about. It's that control. And because I had dared, you know, said, no, I'm not going to go back, the whole party turned into a gypsy bashing session, which my kids had to endure. Because can you imagine sitting around a table at a party with family there and everyone's talking crap about your mom that you love? It sucks. And I can tell you that I never put my kids in that position, no matter how bad it got, because I never, ever I wanted my house to be the peaceful place, their safety. I couldn't control what happened over there, but I can certainly control what happened in my house. And so, but don't think that they don't see that there's a whole party going on talking crap about your mom, and then there's your mom's house is just like, let's do homework, and you know, we're not doing that. So yeah, that's just it's not the biggest example, but it was just an example of how the narcissist needs the control. And if you dare speak up for yourself because it's a fair thing and it's not their idea and you're going against what they want, it ends up being a nightmare. So anyway, that's just a little story time. And I might not even post this one, but I don't know. We'll see. If I posted it, you'll see it. And so yeah, I will see you in the next one.